Hey, everybody. I am straight to you, straight from work. So I had to work late today. So I was not my usual early self, but I am so glad to see that you guys are here. Okay, I'm going to jump on over to the comments because I left you guys some comments. I wanted you to know that I was going to be here. But this is like late for me because I'm not early, which sounds wild, right? Okay. Hey, Karen here in Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, drinking Crystal Light Cherry and a bit of Fairlife chocolate protein shake, the 42-gram protein one. Karen, thank you so much for clarifying because that was going to be my follow-up question. I really, if I'm going to mix something with my protein shake, and I'm not implying that that's what you're doing here, but I like to mix things with my protein shake. I prefer to use the Fairlife chocolate 30-gram protein. I find that it mixes really great. So just a little fun side note for you. All right. Mary's in the house. Take over again this week. Yes. Yes. The Illinoisians. They're getting crazy. They took over last week. If you didn't watch the week before that, the last live, make sure you go check that out. Okay. Hey, Terrence here, ready for the fun from Chile, Arkansas, otherwise known as Arkansas. Because when I was a child, you could not tell me that that was Arkansas. I was like, it very clearly says Kansas. Arkansas. Arkansas. Anyway, drinking water with Island Mango Oath Clear Protein. That's always a good one. I'm a big fan of the Oath products, so that's a good one. Hey, Barbara's here. Hello. From Wisconsin, Diet Dr. Pepper. Barbara, I am also a Dr. Pepper drinker. Today, I am doing a Diet Coke with lime, a real lime. And I've been addicted to this. I've actually got a bunch of stuff over here to talk to you guys about my weekly addictions, because I feel like on a GLP1, like there's certain things that just get exciting to you and then you just want to do them on replay. So that's where I am with Diet Coke with lime. I'm only allowed to have one per day. Otherwise I get carried away. But usually I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. St. Louis. Hey, Mark's here. Hey, Mark. Drinking Diet Pepsi. Oh, my goodness. We're going to have a battle of the diet drinks. It's too funny. Waiting for the cold and snow. Yeah, we got some pretty wild weather forecasting going on. Did you guys see the short where Kevin did a weather map? If not, when you jump out of the live, make sure you go watch it. He worked really hard on that weather map for you guys. Okay, we got another Barbara? Oh my goodness, the Barbers are taking over tonight from Ithaca, New York. Hey there. Hey, Roxanne, how are you? Drinking water with heavily diluted Sonic Cherry Limeade packets because that's the only way to do any kind of packet anything. I love it. Venus is here and ready for the shenanery. Love it. Oh, and Venus is in Jacksonville, Florida. Yes. Drinking sugar-free lemonade. Hey, Todd's here. Hey, Todd. How are you doing? Tired. Oh, he's doing tired. From Kansas. Gonna get cold over the weekend. Drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. I love it. You guys are so funny. Wichita, Kansas. Doris in the house. Hello. Good evening. Grant, I love that smiley face. That's so awesome. Brian's in the house. Okay. Maybe the fellas are going to take over tonight. I'm loving it. 1972. Oh, look at that cute little, you guys, I love all the little pictures that people do. Send me some of that protein off that table. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, well, I've got a good one for you. So this is, as I break things already. Can you tell I'm tired? Like straight off of work. I'm already breaking stuff. This is my latest obsession. And when we jump out of the live, it's going to be linked in the description box for you. If you're watching it on the replay, it'll be linked in the description box for you. I am obsessed. You guys, this is my third bag that I've gone through. So this is the ranch protein seasoning. I've got a video that's going to be coming out and I show you exactly my mixture because I make it even more protein and turn it into a dip. You guys, it is so good. It's really awesome for like that middle of the afternoon when you get a little bit snacky, especially if you're like me and you like a savory snack. Get you some chips or protein chips if you prefer. Do this. Anyway, make sure you stick around for that video because I've been fine-tuning this recipe for this dip and it is so good. I make it every week now. Kate is so great. Yo, babe. Yo, what's up? I'm so glad. I'm happy to see everybody today. Brian says, we will see how long I can stay awake. Okay. Well, if you fall asleep, it's okay. I understand. I too am the old. I cannot stay up past bedtime. I, in fact, turn into a pumpkin. As a matter of fact, usually by the time I'm leaving this live, I'm turning into a pumpkin. So I completely understand. And plus, if you miss something, you can always watch the replay. Hey, speaking of replay, Nicole Ray, GLP1. Hey there. Hey, it's my Aussie girl. Good morning, everyone. Well, good morning. 40 degrees Celsius. Somebody's going to have to Google that for me to tell me what that is in Fahrenheit, because that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Grant says, I got a free Dexcom G7. Oh, Grant, are you rubbing it in, buddy? I already use Libre 3 plus so decided to put them both on to compare interesting results so far. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I found that with my G7, I had to do some calibrations in the first few days. So, but then it was smooth sailing from there. So I'm actually going to be switching out my G7 tomorrow. So, but I've got videos coming up for everybody on that. Very excited about that. Debbie, hello everyone from Garden City, South Kakalaki, and drinking water. Gatorade. I want you guys to know. So I ordered this shirt specifically for a live, just for funsies. And I got it off of Shein. It was like $6. And I was so excited. And it showed up and it's like the decal is coming off. I was so disappointed because I wanted to be able to like actually wear the shirt out in public. And this happens sometimes when they do these kind of like iron-on decals. I don't know why we do iron-on decals anymore, if I'm being honest, because they, you know, you just run into this issue. Anyway, but Shein took care of me and they gave me a refund. So I was pretty excited about that. And then here I am wearing it. I just can't wear it out of the house. Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa. Strega. Howdy, gang. What's up, Buttercup? Oh, oops, didn't do the homework assignment. Seattle and the H2O. That's okay. I just put the comment up there just because I didn't want everybody to think, oh no, she's not here early. She's not coming. Okay, so before we get too far into the live, I just want to mention a few things, which let me get my banners up here. See, this is how discombobulated I am because I came straight from work. I didn't have any prep time. It was like, we got to get into this live immediately. Oh no. And I think I just lost my spot in the comments. Okay, hang on. Let me go back. Okay, great. I found it. Kate was my spot holder there. Okay. So before we get too far into things, if you guys missed my announcement on my last live, I have a second channel. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with GLP-1s, but I've already started loading some pretty fun stuff over there. I've got my savings challenges that I'm doing because I'm working my way out of debt. So definitely check those out. I've got my full-blown review of Avatar 3 Fire and Ash. Guys, it was great. If you are looking for fun videos that you can turn on while you're working out, then my other channel, FitFlavorFun Uncensored, is going to be perfect for you. So I know a lot of people say that they play my videos in the morning while they're working out. So don't forget to hop over there and hit subscribe. See, there it is right there. FitFlavorFun Uncensored. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've got some sewing videos coming up. It's going to be a blast. You're going to love it. Okay. Don't forget, if you need access to GLP-1s, my partners over at tryshed.com, you can use my coupon code to get 30% off. I fought so hard to keep that 30% off for you guys. So don't forget to check them out. They are awesome. Thank you so much to Shed. We love them. Okay. Lying. 919. Why are you lying? Maybe it's Ling? Ooh, I don't know. Hello from Chicago. School's closed tomorrow. Love your lives. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I used to live for the day that school was closed, right? Like I love that. Now I'm an adult and I'm at work and I'm like, "Oh, do we have a holiday coming up? Is the office going to be closed?" Right? Like that's the adult version of school's closed. It's too funny. Hey, Tracy's here. Hey there. I tried liquid IV and could not handle all the salt. Yeah, I had to water it way down. I think I'll stick to my plain old water. Listen, Tracy, I've got a solution for you. And it's actually one of my favorites for what I'm addicted to this week. So I have been testing out Shed's protein and hydration. And this is my second bag, you guys. That's how much I liked it. It's got 3 different flavors: peach mango, which is phenomenal, blue raspberry, which is good, and then coconut lime, which is phenomenal. These are fantastic. And you know how you always have to water stuff down, right? Or it doesn't mix well or any of that. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a full review on these, so watch out for that review video. But these are fantastic. I've been taking them with me everywhere, right? You could just pop it in your purse and go. But what I really love about these is it's protein and it's the electrolytes all in one, and the salt is not crazy. Flavor is good, so you don't have to dilute it down, which if you guys have been on my channel for any length of time, you know I have to dilute everything. Like I'm so sensitive to flavors. But those, oh my gosh, I am really happy about those. Like I said, it's my second bag. I'll have it linked down in the description box, and I do have a coupon code for those as well. So if you want to give it a try, go for it. But yeah, Tracy, that would probably be a much better fit for you. Plus, then you're doing protein and hydration at the same time, right? Like earlier, I was talking about mixing stuff. That's the way to do it. Okay, down in the Dale, Shelly. Shelly has such an awesome smile. Like I just look at the little picture. I just want to pinch your cheeks. You have really good cheeks. I love that. Okay. Looks around. Water. That's too funny. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. What movie is that from? What movie? Tell me. Tell me. Letty Sauce Dew, 1960. Okay. Hey, Allie, here from Austin, Texas. All right, Texas. Don't mess with Texas. All right, guys, don't forget, if you have questions, put the QQQ in front of your questions so I can make sure that I grab it. Lynn, I see yours. You wrote question really big. That was good. I can see it. It's coming up soon. Okay. Black Squirrel. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Tuning in from Detroit. Black Squirrel. For those of you who are new, Black Squirrel is a superhero. That's why the theme song. Hydrating with protein coffee. Oh my goodness. You're one of those people that can do coffee later in the day. I can't do it. I can't do it. I would like to. It's probably bad enough that I'm doing this Diet Coke. I may never sleep again. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Hello, Julie from Minneapolis. From Minneapolis. Minnesota. It's too many N's, right? Like some of these names, they just get crazy. It's like, how many consonants can we jam and jumble up together? I don't know. I think if I had been around during the time of naming cities and things, I think that we would have had a lot more really fantastic options. Okay, here's Lynn's question. Can I change from compound Ozempic to pen Ozempic and transfer from compound to pen? This is not for me. This is for my daughter. Okay, so I'm assuming that your daughter has a prescription, right? And that you speak to your doctor. Because remember, I ain't a doctor. Okay. I don't play one on TV. But technically speaking, yes, you can go back and forth from compound semaglutide, right, to Ozempic or Wegovy pen. Now, where this is going to differ is for people who may have compound or pens, and then they're transitioning to the pill. So that can be a little bit different. So I recommend you talk to your doctor about that. But yes, it really just depends on where you're getting your compound from and what it may be mixed with. Some people find that they do better on compound GLP-1s, and then they go to name brand and then they feel yucky. And then other people have the exact opposite experience. So it just depends. I would say, as always, talk to your doctor, but if she wants to do it one time and then see how she feels. I always recommend that you use up whatever you have that's going to expire first. So if there's not a specific reason for doing this, like going back and forth, use up your compound, technically speaking, is going to expire first, assuming, right, that you've got the manufacturer's pens. Those usually last for a year or longer. So yeah, make sure you're checking your dates, your best use by dates, and make sure you're using up whichever you have that's going to expire first, right? That way you can maximize your time frame. But yeah, great question. Hey, Valerie from Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that. But hey, Valerie, I'm so glad you're here so that I could butcher the city name. Thank you for that. Joy Jones. Oh, see, that sounds like a superhero too. Hey, Allie, Joy from Virginia. Hey, you'll have to tell me where in Virginia if you want to. I used to live in Richmond. I used to live in Goochland, Virginia. Eating rice cakes. Oh, that sounds good. Happy to be here. Hey, I'm happy to be here too. That's awesome. Sue Blue. Hello, everyone from Canton, Ohio, drinking Coke Zero. I love that. Okay. Nicole is drinking Pedialyte, my usual. Hey, listen, you can't go wrong with it, right? I mean, it used to be exclusively for kids. Not anymore. Not anymore. Plus, I never let that stop me before. I was like, I don't feel good. I'm going to do the Pedialyte. I love the little Pedialyte popsicles. Those are fantastic. I am so excited to see that more and more companies are making protein popsicles, electrolyte popsicles geared towards adults. Thank you. Because I am, in fact, still a child at heart, but I have an adult bank account. I think that's smart marketing. Okay. All right. Do you think gray market peps will take a hit when Retatrutide hits the market in the coming years? So here's what I'm thinking. This is an excellent question, by the way. we got to hydrate first. Do I think gray market peps are going to take a hit? Not right away. As a matter of fact, I think initially we will likely see the prices in gray market Retta go up. And here's why. When Retta hits the market, everybody and their brother who did not want to go gray market route is going to want to get on it, right? People are under this impression that, let me rephrase, people who are currently on a GLP1, semaglutide, tirzepatide, are under the impression that they're going to go to Retatrutide and it's going to fix all their problems. I've made videos about my opinions on this. So initially, I think there are a lot of people that are going to try to get on it, especially those who have been in a stall on their other GLP-1s. I think it's going to hit the ground running and it's going to be expensive. Because of that, I think that gray market price will go up because more and more people who were kind of on the fence about Retta, they're going to be like, oh, I really want to do it now that it's FDA approved, but at the same token, it's really expensive. Oh, what do you mean there's this gray market, right? And so I think that there will be a surge of people that go that direction again. And this is where I personally feel that these pharmaceutical companies really drop the ball, right? I think they're starting to learn, right? We're seeing it with the Wegovy pill where it's like, okay, let's start this out. Let's have it be affordable. Let's make it enticing to insurance companies, which has gone the other direction and is now going in a bad direction, but I'll make a video about that. So yeah. So I think initially when it hits gray market Retta, prices will go up because it will be more in demand. And then those prices will taper back down. And then I think it's probably going to remain steady unless there's something that happens, right, legally that makes it so they can't make it. I know they were trying to have it classified as a biologic. I know that they're trying to prepare so that there's no shortage so that it can't then be compounded, right? I know compounding pharmacies, are teaming up with telehealths to fight back against all of that. So I think it's really going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But great question. Love that. Okay. I'm doing good. Surgery recovery is going well. Sleeping a lot. Naps in between my naps. Good. Yeah. I didn't want to say anything. So because my initial thought was, hey, there you are. How are you doing? But then I was like, wait. Don't blast people's personal business. I have to be careful about that. So thank you. I'm so glad that you're doing well. Naps in between naps. That's the way to do it, my friend. That is healing factor 101. Shenanery, please. Yes, absolutely. For those of you who are new, if anybody says shenanery, including me, we all take a drink. Why? Because hydration is important. It's importante. Okay? Like to make things. I'm on my second week starting tomorrow. As a newbie, I thought carbonated drinks would give me gas issues with my belly. Sounds like that is not true. Okay. Great question. Man, you guys are killing it tonight. Okay. So it depends on the person. When I first started out, on my GLP-1 journey, and you can go watch some of my earlier videos. They would likely be very helpful for you. I really struggled with certain things. For example, red meat. It didn't matter how I prepared it. It didn't matter which red meat it was. I really had challenges with red meat. It was giving me, sulfur burps. It was giving me gas. It was like I couldn't digest it, right? It would sit like a brick and I would feel terrible. So for every person, it's different. Some people, they'll have challenges with carbonated drinks and some people won't. What I usually recommend is that you give something a try in moderation and see how you feel. And this is one of the reasons why I recommend that people just starting out keep some sort of food journal or notes in your notes app on your phone, right? It can be really helpful with stuff like this. So let's say you're out to eat and you get, a soda of your choosing. We'll say Diet Dr. Pepper because Diet Dr. Pepper is winning the fight in the comments right now. And then a couple of hours later, you feel kind of yucky. Then the next time, right? Maybe you do, an Alani or something else that's carbonated and you're fine. And you're like, hey, but I did a carbonated drink the other day and I didn't feel good. What was that? And it can help you kind of pinpoint what's working for you and what isn't. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind is that when you're on a GLP-1 journey, not every day is the same, not every week is the same, and it changes over time. So, like, I was having trouble with red meat at the beginning of my journey. At about the 4-month mark, I was able to eat red meat and be fine. So, a lot of it depends on how you're titrating up, how your body is acclimating to each dose, right? And what specifically is triggering you. But there are a lot of really great options you can have on hand to help with gas. So, good question. Janet says, hello, beautiful Allie. Well, hello, beautiful Janet. How are ya? How you doing? Just me, Marla. Hey, look at you. Is that you? Did you graduate? Is that what that picture is? You have to tell us what you got. What you got going on? You're looking very proud in that picture. Okay. Hey, from Louisiana, getting ready for an ice storm, drinking Alani. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to be going on. Like everybody's talking about storms and I don't know. I don't know if we're looking for another Ice Mageddon. I lived in Atlanta when we had Ice Mageddon. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. Like people stranded on the roads, they couldn't get home. It was wild. It was wild. So I'm hoping we don't have another one of those. Okay. I went from 6 to 7 Diet Pepsis per day to 1/4 glass for lunch and dinner, and that's it. Yeah. Yeah. I love to get those little mini cans now, right? Of whatever soda it is that I'm trying to get. I will pick a mini can before anything else because it's just so much easier, right? To just do a little one, whether it's diet or not. Yeah, I love it. And then I don't end up wasting them because sometimes I won't even finish a drink. So, yeah, love that. The green tulips, which are beautiful, by the way. My favorite color is green. She says, I can't believe I got here at the beginning. Sonic Ocean Water for me. Love Sonic Ocean Water. So good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay. Hello, Allie and chat here from Southern Cali. Expecting some rain soon. Drinking hot ginger tea. Oh, that sounds good. Warms your soul. Julie's got a question. Any protein powder that mixes easily with hot coffee and is yummy? Ooh, that's a good question. That mixes with hot coffee. I do a lot of cold coffee. I know that the Oath brownie mixes well. The key is you need a frother, right? Or an electric mixer, whatever you want to call them. They're usually called frothers, right? Like if you look on Amazon. If you're trying to just use a blender ball or, shake something to mix it, it's not going to cut it. But yeah, the Oath products mix well. What else? HD Transform. They have some flavors that are very good that go well with coffee. Those mix well. What is that? Isopure unflavored. Isopure unflavored. It mixes well in hot drinks. That's all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Julie, I hope that inspires you, gives you some options to mix with your coffee. The other thing you can do is collagen, right? You can mix, there's a lot of those that are good options. You can mix with hot coffee. Those are good. I've got a review of a couple coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Lipedema Unfiltered. Hey, I like your logo. That's so pretty with the purple. Love your channel. Well, I love you. It's cold here in Ohio, but I've got a Zevia to sip on. Oh, nice. What flavor is it? I like they have is it Dr. Thunder? It's Dr. something. Anyway, they've got a Dr. Pepper Zevia that I like. It's pretty good. Hey, Midgie Spins is in the house. Okay, down in the Dale. Good evening, all. Fake lime and the Diet Coke is my fave. Yes, I love it. Over that real lime. Haha, that's so funny. Yeah. I just recently got all three of the above. Went to the store. I was like, I need all the lime options. Okay, Grant says, Calamity Jane is a friend of mine on Zepbound with type 1 diabetes. She'd love to share her journey if you are ever interested. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to talk to somebody that's going about it the right way. Unfortunately, I'm seeing this surge of people that are getting on compound tirzepatide with type 1 diabetes, and I don't think they're making their doctor aware. From what I've seen, it's like this whole community over on TikTok. It is a hot mess. So yeah, I would love to talk to Calamity Jane. That would be awesome. All right, Kristen from Idaho. Who you calling a hoe? I'm just kidding. I always used to say that as a kid. Idaho, Idaho. Aussie girl. Oh, 104 Fahrenheit. Holy guacamole. That's wild. Thank you for looking that up. You're so sweet. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Wait for it. Hello, everyone. Well, hello. So glad you're here. Okay. We're going to pause on Todd's comment here. And I'm going to show you another one of my weekly favorites this week. So we talked about the protein, the powder. Okay. Ladies, listen up. Fellas, if you have ladies in your life that you would like to purchase for, listen up. This is the MAC lip glass. Okay, I don't know if you can see the A. It's not lip gloss, lip glass. You guys. I bought this on a whim because I was Christmas shopping. I am absolutely addicted. This color is called Casual. Let me make sure. Hold on. Casual. Okay, I didn't want to tell you the wrong color. This is like moisturizing, not sticky, smooth, lasts for a long time, sheer as far as color goes, smells phenomenal. It's almost like a sweet, fruity chocolate, if that makes sense. Anyway, you guys, let me just swatch this for you so you can see. Okay, very sheer. Feels like $1 million. Lip gloss by MAC. Go buy it. Tons of colors for all different skin tones. Please do yourself a favor, fellas. If you anticipate that you are going to be in the doghouse sometime soon, go ahead and buy one and keep it on standby, right? Ladies, we're like, no, Don't give me flowers to tell me you're sorry. MAC lip gloss. Color Casual. I'm addicted. Side note, on my other channel, I am going to be doing a review not only of this, but I found it over on Shein and I ordered it. And you're not going to believe the price. So I'll be testing it out. So if you haven't subscribed to FitFlavorFun Uncensored, you're going to miss out. Okay. Now let's get back to Todd's comment here. Todd, used to be about a 12-pack a day of diet drink addiction now. Yes, I feel you on this. Occasional diet drink and my 100 ounces of flavored water. Hope that counts in my water totals. It doesn't, okay? Just ask anybody on the interwebs and they'll tell you. Todd, you're doing great. There was somebody that posted in one of the support groups and they were like, hey, can I count my coffee as part of my water intake for the day? And I was like, oh no, you sweet soul. Why would you post this question in a support group? And it was like, chaos, anarchy, terrible comments. It was just like, they were just getting torn up. Yes, you can do it. No, you can't do it. What were you thinking? This is a diuretic. That's the one I love. This is a diuretic. You can't do it. It doesn't count. Right. People get very, very serious about hydration. They don't get serious about other things that are important. But man, you try to slip some coffee in there or some tea, ooh, they'll get upset. Okay, this week's measurements are decreased. Nice. Also, skeletal muscle mass is up. For perspective, 66 years in maintenance. I love that. See, you know what that means? That means that all of your hard work is paying off. And I know you're doing the hard work. I know you are. And look. See? So you just reach over, give me some. Yeah, I'm so good. Yeah. I love that for you. Callie. Hello. Glad I made it. I'm so glad you made it too. Don't Do Me is back. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? I'm so glad you're here. Hello. Actually, what I meant with the sign of the not even crossing deer, just hanging out deer on the sign. He's not crossing anything. He's just hanging out there. He's just like, imagine if you were deer. Let me know which movie that's from. Okay. Millennial Meg. Yay, my first live. Well, hello, welcome. Love your channel so much. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure if you have a question, you put the QQQ in front so I can make sure to grab it for you. But yeah, I'm so glad you're here on your tiny little pink phone. Hello? Drinking great value electrolytes. Love it. Okay. Joni's got a question. I've been on Ozempic, 0.5 for 6 months. Want to switch to Tirzepatide. I have 5 ml auto-injection pens, but I understand I should do 2.5 at least a month. Do you agree from your experience? Okay. So we're not talking about Ozempic. We're getting off Ozempic. We're talking about Tirzepatide 2.5 for at least a month. Yes. So here's what you need to keep in mind about semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, Tirzepatide, Zepbound, Mounjaro. They are not the same thing. Some doctors will move people over like in the middle of the dosing. Don't do that. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Okay? Here is what I tell people. It doesn't matter which med you're going to. You always start at the lowest dose and dose according to the schedule to begin with. Now, you may find that you need to titrate up, and you can work with your doctor on that. But what you don't do is skip doses or start in the middle somewhere unless, Joni, you are loaded. If you have ER money, then whatever you and your doctor decide, more power to you. But if you're like me and you don't have money to spend a week in the ER, then you start at the beginning, you do the 2.5 for 4 weeks, and then you talk to your doctor about moving up if it's necessary. Now, I will say that it just depends on the person. Some people start out at 2.5 coming from semaglutide, and they immediately start losing weight and they're feeling good, and they're probably having some side effects, but they're like, oh my gosh, this is so much better than semaglutide. Other people, they'll be fine. They'll transition over, but they're not really losing weight yet. So after 4 weeks, they go up in dose. It is so important that you not think that just because these two meds are in the same category that they are the same, because they're not. So, awesome question. Just make sure that you have realistic expectations that you may not see results right away when you're transitioning to tirzepatide. It may be a month or two, but what's likely going to happen is you're going to maintain during that time. And then once you hit the right dose, the weight will start coming off for you. So, yeah, great question. Okay, Letty said, what's your day job? This is a really good question. So, I do a couple of different things, but it's mostly customer service related. So, that's why you'll see me a lot of times in videos and I'm like, let me take this call, right? So, but there's a lot of different things that I do. But it's in the medical field, I'll say that. I'm also an actor. I'm just kidding. I'm not an actor. I just play one on TV. Okay. Oh my goodness, Lisa, I got my upper teeth extracted Tuesday. Ouch. Yeah, I'd say so. Then came down with a cold. Now it's -18. It feels like the temp is -47 with the wind chill. Oh my gosh. And I'm freezing and so hungry and can't eat. Oh no. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Are you just doing like a liquid diet right now, or? Oh, I had my wisdom teeth taken out many, many moons ago, and I don't wish that on anyone. Like your face just feels like swollen and tight, and it hurts to talk, it hurts to chew, it hurts to breathe or lick your lips. Like it's just, I feel for you. Lisa, I'm so sorry. I hope you get better soon. Hey, Bernice. Allie. That's me. You may have covered this in a video, but I couldn't find it. But can you say how you shifted from split dose back to once a week? Yes. So I don't think that I detailed it in a video per se. I did talk about it in a live, but I know that the lives have a tendency to be pretty long. So, but yeah, essentially, I would do a split dose, right? So end of the week, my shot day is Friday, so end of the week, and then kind of towards the front of the week. And then the next time it came around to shot day, I just did a shot of the full dose and went back to once a week. So there wasn't really a whole lot in the way of transitioning. But having said that, for anybody who's not familiar, I have done quite a few different options when it comes to dosing. So you don't do something like that when you're changing a dose, right? You do something where you're comfortable, your levels are good, you've had labs, you're good, right? So I'm certainly not advising anyone to get crazy out there. I do everything with the approval of my doctor. So I just went from the split dose And then the next time it was shot day, I just did the 1 shot of the full dose, and then that was it. And then I was on the once a week again. But yeah, great question. Oh my goodness, it's Lynn G. Lynn, I bet you were over there dying. You're like, look at this crazoid. She's calling me lying. I was putting it all together. Lynn, I am so sorry, but I will never forget your name. That's great. Oh, Lynn, you got me so good with that one. You got me so good. Hey, Tracy's here. I have to check these out. Those shed packets, they sound good. They are good. They are. I am definitely a fan. I was a little bit skeptical because I have to water things down, right? Flavoring and protein shakes and everything. So I was skeptical, but I was like, all right, let me buy this and see if it's any good. I am happy to report that it is good. Water boy, that's right. Marla for the win. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. That's too funny. Everybody's saying water boy in the comments now. Okay. DJ Flats. Hi, everyone from Festus, Missouri. Festus. Hey, DJ. Glad you're here. Water boy. Water boy. Okay. Just water. Okay. I'm sure that was in response to something. Okay. Super skinny cat. Pew, pew. All right. What did I miss? I was on the phone. Well, I hope it was a very important phone call. You didn't miss a whole lot. We've just been hanging out, having a good time. So, but don't worry, you can watch it on the replay, and it's all good. And I'm glad you're here. Right? It's awesome. Okay, QQQ question. Let me try again. Okay. Allie, have you covered this in a video, but I couldn't find it? Can you say how you shifted from Elizabeth this week? Okay. Did you post it twice? I think you might have posted it twice. Maybe you thought I didn't see the first question. When you guys post your questions, I'm a little bit behind. So don't worry. I go through point by point. So Bernice, you are covered. And don't worry. I didn't miss it. I got you. Okay. Barbara. Is this another Barbara? Do we have 3 Barbaras in the house tonight? Or just 2? Okay. Buffalo Grove, Illinoisian. Checking in with Crystal Light. Ready for your shenanigans again. Absolutely. Always ready for shenanigans. Okay. Roman. What? You're going to be facing RICO charges for paying Kid Rock to take me out for the Illuminati, Freemason, Epstein network, and you're going to give back what you stole from me too. Roman, I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about there, dude. That's quite a tangent that you went off there. Is quite a tangent. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. That was weird. Watch out for that Illuminati. Watch out. Hey, Deb's here. Hey there. Hi from Vegas. Drinking Crystal Light. Lynn Smith. Tammy's in the house, yeah. I'm convinced that people come to my lives just so I can sing their name. That's what I tell myself. But if you have a question, make sure you drop it in the comments. Okay. Hey, Tammy. Okay, Nicole, I'm still recovering from surgery, so I'm hitting my Pedialyte hard, but it's my usual. Yeah. Everybody's having surgeries, man. Okay, Kelly's here. Hey there. Hello from Westchester, New York. Just finished some iced tea. Now I'm into water over nugget ice. I love nugget ice. Yeah, nugget ice is the best. It really is. I believe you. Okay. Hello from Las Vegas. Hello. Is split dosing and microdosing the same thing? Good question. I think it might I think it's supposed to be I might be, and I feel stupid asking this question. Okay, first of all, there are no stupid questions. Okay? There's just people who jump into lives and start talking about Illuminati when we're talking about GLP-1s. Okay? So there's no stupid questions. And to answer your good question, split dosing is when you take a dose, for example, 10, we'll just say 10, just for ease of math. And instead of doing 10 milligrams of tirzepatide one time per week, you do 5 milligrams of tirzepatide 2 times a week and you space out the doses. Okay, that's split dosing. So you're taking your dose of 10, you're taking 5, you're letting it wear off over the course of a couple of days, and then you're taking 5 again, letting it wear off over the course of a couple of days, taking 5 again, right? So you're doing a 2-time per week dose or more, but just for simplicity's sake, we're going to say 2. Okay, so that's split dosing. You're taking your 1 dose, you're splitting it up. Microdosing is doing less than the smallest starting dose. So for tirzepatide, that would be 2.5. So maybe somebody is doing 1.2, or somebody is doing 1.5, or somebody is doing 0.5, right? That would be microdosing. And sometimes you'll hear people talking about microdosing when they're talking about titrating up in dose. So, for example, they're on 2.5, which is a standard dose of tirzepatide, but they're microdosing up to the next dose. So instead of going from 2.5 to 5, they're going from 2.5 to 3, and then from 3 to 3.5, and from 3.5 to 4. You see what I'm saying? So they're kind of doing the microdosing in between. So yeah. But it was a great question because a lot of people use these terms interchangeably, and a lot of people use the terms incorrectly, which leads to confusion. So I'm so glad that you asked this question. That was a good one. You guys are on a roll tonight. Okay. Taryn says, which of the new upcoming weight loss medications are you most excited about? That is a very good question. What am I most excited about? I would have to say whichever one, and I don't know which one it'll end up going with, but I think that whichever of the GLP meds gets paired with an amylin agonist, right? So I think those are going to be interesting because you've got that additional pathway of the amylin agonist. I think that's going to be interesting to see where it goes. But at the same time, right, I'm hearing big things about, Viking Tide and Meritide and insert Crunchy True Tide, right? And if you don't know which of my videos that's from, make sure you go watch my interview with a big CEO from a pharmaceutical company about Crunchy True Tide, because honestly, it's going to be the biggest GLP-1 ever. So make sure you go watch that. Okay. So yeah, but having said that, I'm excited to see what it offers for people who maybe haven't gotten really good results on GLP-1 meds that are available now. I think that for me personally, I love me some tirzepatide. I really do. I love tirzepatide. It's just good stuff. And I don't know that I'll ever do anything else. So Speaking of tirzepatide, I am actually in the process of going down in dose. What? Yeah. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. Okay. Aussie girl, Australia is going to approve Wegovy for PBS. This would mean a drop from $800 a month to $7.70. I've heard it isn't going to be as good as Mounjaro. What do you think? Okay, so statistically speaking, Mounjaro, Zepbound tirzepatide for us also here in the US, statistically speaking, semaglutide is not as good. Now, having said that, if someone needed a GLP1 and Wegovy or Ozempic is what is available and what is affordable, 1,000,000% I would say do it, try it, see how it works, because there are quite a few people that have done great on semaglutide and they lose all the weight they want to, they meet their goal, they're in maintenance, they're doing fantastic and they love it. But statistically speaking, people tend to have higher side effects, more extreme side effects, and lose less weight on Wegovy, semaglutide, Ozempic. But you gotta weigh the pros and cons, right? So if you're on Mounjaro now, and for those of you that are not familiar with other countries don't have Mounjaro and Zepbound, right? They have Mounjaro and that's it. So if you're on Mounjaro now, but you've gotten to a point where it's not affordable, right? Then it may be the better option to go to. I think that as more of these medications hit the market, they are, the prices will come down, it'll become more affordable, it'll become more mainstream, right? And that's what we all want. So yeah. So even me who is not a fan of semaglutide for many, many reasons, if I lost my Mounjaro, I would give it a try to see if at the very least I could maintain the progress that I had made on tirzepatide. But yeah, great question. Okay. All right. Doris says, I get food noise towards the end of the week. Yes, this is common. My doctor said to split dose. I'm on 6.5. Doctor said to do 4 on Friday and 3 on Tuesday. Okay. Is this similar to what you did? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You're taking your dose of 6.5 and essentially splitting it between 2 days. It sounds like they're moving you up to 7, which is fine, right? That's between you and your doctor. But yes, the reason why this happens, Doris, is because of the half-life of the medication. So if you're doing once a week dosing, which is, what we've all seen in the studies and all that jazz, is what most doctors prescribe. What happens is, depending on which medication you're on, after a certain time frame, anywhere from 4 to 6 days, it starts to wear off, right? Because your body has absorbed it and now it's time for you to take your medication again. So you'll see people say that day 4, day 5, day 6 before their next injection are the hardest, and that's because of your body using up what you've already injected. When you do the split dosing, if you look at it on a chart, and I think I included some visuals in my video on split dosing. If you look at it in a chart, you'll see that when you do once a week dosing, it's very much we're going up. We got so much in our system. Okay, we're falling down. It's coming down, 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 down. And then it goes up again because we take another dose and then it goes down again, right? When you're doing split dosing, it's very even keeled, right? It's like, oh, we got some in our system. Okay, great. It's starting to come down, oh, we're doing another dose. Okay. And then we're coming down. And the symptoms are very consistent, which is why people really love split dosing. So if you are somebody who is struggling with extreme side effects, or like Doris is talking about, where it wears off and then you're struggling at the end of the week, then you definitely want to talk to your doctor about split dosing because it's incredibly helpful. Okay. Oh, did I go backwards? Or did you ask a question twice? I think you guys are asking the question twice. Either that or I've got a glitch in the matrix. Okay. Wait for it. I love watching your earlier videos. Thank you. Yeah, I had somebody comment on one of my earlier videos that they were going back through and watching them, and somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, even your voice has changed." I was like, "Really? That doesn't sound accurate." But it could be. So, you'll just have to find out for yourself and go watch earlier videos. But yeah, I like to go back and watch them sometimes and remind myself exactly how far I've come because it's been a wild ride. Okay, Sarah C. Hey, Allie. Hey there. I know they just released multi-dose vials of Zep and Quick Pens will be coming soon. Any idea if they will be covered by insurance? On Dave's video, he only brought up cash pay customers. So I think, and this is purely speculation on my part, so don't quote me. I think to begin with, it's just going to be for cash pay because I think they're trying to absorb some of the market from compound. But I think that eventually, and I don't know what kind of time frame they could be looking at, I think eventually there will be an option for doctors to indicate which method of transportation you want, right? Do you want a shot? Do you want a single dose vial? Do you want pens? Do you want quick pens, right? There will be some options. But I think to start with, they're just going to do kind of a, hey, we want to grab the compounders and get them back on name brand. So I think that's the route they're going. But eventually, yes, it will be an option where you could just tell your doctor, hey, I want Zepbound quick pen, or I want Zepbound multi-dose vial, right? And then you can kind of customize from there. Although I will say that for people who never did any of the pens, now I have not done a quick pen, so keep that in mind. But as far as like auto injectors go, I find that it hurts more. Like I'm a big fan of syringe and do it yourself. So just some food for thought, but that was a great question. I just took my pigs from my Farm D this semester and some clinical time left. Nice. You're doing great. I love that. You look fantastic in your picture. I'm loving that for you. Okay. I've seen some people swear that some pharmacies tirzepatide is much stronger than others. Have you experienced this? Okay. So I have not personally experienced this, but here's what I will say. And again, this is purely speculation on my part. So, for those of you who may not be familiar with gray market and research grade peptides, the way these peptides come into the US, all of them, not just research grade and gray market, they come over as a powder, right? A lyophilized powder. So it's in a vial and there's a little puck of white powder. And then that powder is reconstituted with a liquid, right? So now we have a liquid, we have powder suspended in a liquid solution. This is the compound medication, right, that people are familiar with. So people who are in the gray market and research grade, they know that when they purchase from overseas, they have to get things tested because it's not always exactly the milligrams that it should be. What do I mean? You may get a vial of tirzepatide and you have it tested and then it comes back. It's supposed to be 10 milligrams and it comes back as 11.2. Well, if you don't know that it's 11.2 and you're thinking it's 10, when you do the science, right, and compound it, it is then going to be a stronger concentration if you mix it thinking it's a 10, but it's actually higher. I think, purely speculation, that that is what happens with many of these compound pharmacies. It really depends on where they're getting their medication from. And it's one of the things that I think will be interesting in the future if we get some kind of clarification about where, right, the core ingredients are coming from. Because just like with any business, right, people make deals, they buy in bulk, they do, all sorts of things to reduce cost. So if they are purchasing from the same, right, pharmaceutical providers over and over and over again, then they may have repeated batches that are significantly higher, which in turn then feel stronger. Now, the other thing that could be happening is human error, right? If you have people working in a pharmacy that are just kind of, not getting paid enough to care, and they're just like, all right, let me mix this up. Let me put it in a bag. Let me send it out the door, right? There may be inconsistencies there. Like I said, I have not personally experienced it, so it's just speculation on my part. The other thing that I want to throw out there is that many people who are in the first 6 months of their GLP-1 journey, they don't have a full grasp on the fact that not every week is the same on a GLP-1, right? So they may be getting from pharmacy A one week and then pharmacy B the next week. It could be the same dose, but they're not feeling the same. Therefore, oh my gosh, something has to be wrong, right? But even on name brand, from week to week, it's not the same. And I think that for many people, they think about GLP-1 meds just like they do for other medications that are pills or, things like that are very consistent in the body. We are injecting into fat. And then our body is absorbing it at different rates, at different locations, right? There's all sorts of studies that you can read. So I think a lot of that, may play a role as well. It's hard to say. And everybody's experience is so individual. There are some people that swear it's better by pharmacy C or pharmacy B, or, many people love the Shed pharmacy, right? Which is Strive, because they have awesome consistency. It all just depends on the person. So, but great question. Love that. Okay. Just bumped from 5 to 7.5. Zepbound Tuesday. Haven't slept since. Oh no, that's terrible. Then the dreaded constipation kicked in for the first time. Not a great week so far. Been worried about this dose's side effects. Yeah. I was not a fan of 7.5 only because I just kind of stalled out. But there are many people that it starts out rough and then they end up loving 7.5. So one thing that I will say, Mary, is just hang in there. Hang in there and make sure you get ahead of the constipation, right? Do not wait for constipation to be a problem. Get that fiber up. Make sure that you are taking preventative measures, right? Just got to stay on top of it. Dr. Zevia, yes, thank you. What did I say? Dr. Thunder? I think that's Walmart brand is Dr. Thunder. Dr. Thunder. Yeah. Okay. I'm so happy to find this live. I've just started Zepbound 5 days ago. Great. And I'm having trouble with constipation. Very common. I've been drinking a ton of water and adjusting eating to lower carbs suggestions. Okay, first and foremost, I just want to throw it out there. First of all, I'm so glad you're here. Second of all, let me throw it out there because many people starting a GLP-1 think that they need to do low carb or keto or some other fad diet. You don't. If you want to, or your doctor has recommended it to you because of secondary conditions, by all means, But I don't want anybody to walk away from this live thinking that they have to do low carb. The beautiful thing about GLP-1 meds is that they help your body to function correctly and process carbs correctly. Okay? I see so many people that are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing low carb and I have no energy and I feel terrible." Just keep that in the back of your mind, okay? Now, secondly, I have some videos on constipation. Um, and the key things that you want to remember, it sounds like you're already staying hydrated, which is good. Good job. Is you do not want to go more than 3 or 4 days without a bowel movement. Okay. If you find that's happening, it's time to um, take measures, meaning it's time laxatives. Um, anyway, definitely go check out my videos. It's really a matter of finding the correct combination that works for your body. For some people, that's going to be Miralax every day in their coffee. For other, which didn't work for me. Other people, it's going to be making sure that they get, 26 to 32 grams of fiber per day. That worked well for me. For other people, they may need a prescription, right? Like Linzess to help them while on a GLP-1. There are a lot of options. So definitely go check out those videos. And if you're ever searching for one of my videos and you can't find it, because I have tons of videos, I think that one's in the newbies playlist. So as a newbie, you should go check it out. But you can always do a search for in just the YouTube, right? Just do FitFlavorFun all together as one word, and then whatever topic you're looking for. So constipation, right? Split dosing, whatever you're looking for, and it'll pull up the videos for you. I have to do that myself when people are in my comments and they're like, "Hey, did you do a video about hair loss?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did. Let me find it for you." And then I put the link in there for them. So definitely go check it out. Check out the newbies playlist. Lots of helpful stuff there. Okay. This happened to me when I went up to 5. I was so sick, went down to 3, and I haven't dared to go back up again. Yeah. Sometimes, it's not necessary to do that big of a jump, right? Some people's bodies, they don't need it. We have to keep in mind that for the sake of studies, many of, the dosing schedules that they come out with is because, right, they're trying to reach specific goals in a specific time frame. We have to keep all of that in the back of our mind. That's why, companies like Shed, right, that do the customized dosing, the customized plan that is specific to you, it can be a game changer, especially if you're dealing with side effects. DJ Flats. Boo, boo, boo. Okay. With all the legal matters going on, I just hope compounds keep on compounding. Oh yeah, they're not going away anytime soon. We have been in this fight with the compounds trust me. There is way too much money to be made for any of them to go down without a fight. What I would love to see go away are these scammer companies. That's what I would love to see go away. There are still quite a few of them on the market. I've made videos about a few of them, and it's just horrible. Like, I don't understand why they're not getting shut down. But as far as legit companies go, they're going to be fine. They're not going anywhere. They got legal teams. They're fighting the good fight. Okay. The green tulips. I used to love MAC lip gloss. I feel like MAC is making a comeback. Yes. I 1,000,000% agree with that. Yeah. Timmy girl. Timmy. Okay. I just used your code to purchase strawberries and cream Biocare, and I picked up the Biocare 2 sampler. Tammy, that's fantastic. Okay. I love you. You're so awesome. Okay. Since Tammy has given me a segue here, I have been testing Biocare 2. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Biocare, they are a company that is specifically designing products for GLP-1 users. Okay. Now hear me out, because There is a big difference between slapping GLP-1 on a name and actually using science, blinding them with science, to make products that help people who are on a GLP-1. So if you are struggling to get in your protein, if you are struggling specifically with nausea, which happens to me quite often, if you are struggling with, constipation and, finding flavors that taste good, but you're on a GLP-1 and your taste buds have changed, right? All of these things have happened to me. Biocare shakes are awesome. I always keep them on hand. The latest version is Biocare 2. Okay, so we've got more protein. Hold on. They put it on the inside of the box. Just crazy. All right. Look, I've got them all labeled with the for the video for the taste testing. Okay. They are 220 calories. Caramel is 210 calories. Vanilla is 230. Okay, so right in the realm of your average Joe protein shake. But we're looking at, where's protein? Okay, fiber, 11 grams of fiber, which is awesome. I'm always trying to reach my fiber goal. And then protein, this is the Burger Biggie, 30 grams of protein. These make a shake that is very thick, okay? It's like, those old school milkshakes that you had when you were a kid and you're just like, oh, and it was just so good. And that nostalgia, that is what these are like. Very thick, very creamy, delicious. Okay. I have a review video that's going to be coming out where I go through all the flavors. Spoiler, my favorite is mocha. I have already put in a request to them because I need them to sell just mocha. On its own, in a box. I want like 60 packets in a box. How many normally come? This is a tester, so it's 7 packets, but I want to get it in bulk. It is so good, you guys. It is so good. Anyway, chocolate, caramel, vanilla, mocha. That is in the sampler box. It'll be linked in the description box below. I also have a coupon code, as Tammy was so kind to point out. Guys, my Biocare coupon code saves you every time you order, okay? It's not a one-time coupon. So if you order these, if you order the snack bars, which I also love, okay? If you're not sure what to order, if you go to my reviews playlist, I have reviewed all of their products. You can go check it out and see what might be good for you. I have a couple of different bundles that are available. The Kevin bundle is available. You guys love that one. So yeah, Tammy, thank you so much. That was my next item to go over as far as things I'm obsessed with this week. I drank all my shakes. Now I'm waiting for my next order to come in. Okay. My mom used to use hair gel called Dippity Doo. It smelled so good. I wish I could find it. I don't want to say that's still available. Why does that sound so familiar? You may want to do an Amazon search for that because I want to say that's still available. Tammy's like, please remember to hit that like. Yes, please. If you guys could, I know that the chat is probably taking up a big part of the screen if it doesn't put it off to the side. Make sure you hit that like button because it does push the live out to everybody else to let them know that, hey, people like this live. Yeah. Okay. Actually, what I meant, I always have a stall every 10 pounds. Dance so hard at a wedding like it was 1992 and then help someone move out of an apartment. Hard exercise broke me out of the 170s finally. That's awesome. That is fantastic. So what I would ask you is, what exercise are you doing regularly? And if you are doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? Like people get on the treadmill or the stair climber or they go walk their dog, right? Whatever you're doing, if you tell me that you're doing the same thing all the time, switch it up because that is exactly what you did and exactly what you proved. If you switch it up, then your body can't get acclimated and you will break out of that stall. I love that. That's fantastic. Okay, great. All right, I'm going to scroll down here. Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. Loretta says, hello, how are you doing this evening? I am doing phenomenal. How are you? I think that was an elk. I think you're right. I think it was an elk versus a deer. Listen, I wanted to be able to say the line. Now imagine you a deer. I know it's an elk. You guys are crazy. I love that everybody's in the comments like, I saw this on National Geographic. You have not identified it correctly. I love you all. You're adorable. Okay. Loretta says, my first live. Hey, but I watch all your videos. I like your info. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Loretta's on Trizipatide. Love that. Okay. Look, somebody else's mom used Dippity Doo. It did smell good. No ER, no money. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's why I see all these people playing around online. They're like, I'm doing this and that and stacking all this stuff together and doing it. And I'm like, you must got that good ER money. You've got the good ER money. I don't. Hey, Megan's here. Hey there, how are you? I'm doing fantabulous. How are you? I'm on Zepbound 10 milligram, about to go down to 7.5, 225 to 149 at 5.6. Rockstar. That is awesome. So how is it going? You said you're about to go down to 7.5? Okay. Keep me in the loop because I am currently going down in doses. So let me know how you're feeling, right? As you go down. But I love that. Everyone hit the like button and take a drink. Okay, speaking of going down in doses, I'm going to tell you guys about my next favorite for this week. Let me just leave the cursor there so I don't lose track of where I am. Okay, so as many of you know, and some of you who are new, you may not know, but you can go watch my latest videos. I had been having a few bouts of hypoglycemia. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's when your blood sugar drops dangerously low. We don't like that. It's not fun. It doesn't feel good. And your doctor will freak out. So I decided to come down in dose after talking to my doctor. And I'm doing some things differently. You can go watch those videos if you want to see what I'm doing. But one thing that I think I can confidently say that scares people about coming down in dose, myself included, is I'm worried about gaining weight. I'm worried about the food noise coming back. I'm worried about, is my body still broken? If I come down in dose, is this going to be a catastrophe? Right? And I think it's a legitimate fear because we are constantly being slapped in the face every time we open up social media with, if you get off the meds, you're going to gain the weight back. If you're gain the weight back. You just look the wrong way. You're going to gain the weight back, right? Like we are constantly being bombarded with this. So it's a legitimate concern. One of the things that I am doing that is helping me so far, and I'm going to keep you guys posted on this, is I am testing out Shed's supplements. So they've got the GLP1 boost, which helps boost your natural GLP1, which for those of you who don't know, okay, you need to be very careful with supplements that are like, oh, this, it helps you produce your natural GLP1. Your natural GLP-1 is used up in 4 minutes or less. Okay? So do not think that any supplement is a replacement for a GLP-1. Okay? They don't exist. If they did, then GLP-1s wouldn't be, Everybody wouldn't be fighting over them. So I just want to be clear about that. But what this does do is it helps take the edge off. So I'm still in the testing phase with this, but I plan to report back to you. But so far, this is going well. The other one that I'm testing is the GLP1 Revive. Again, it's just to support people that are on a GLP1, and I'll go over like all of the ingredients and what specifically it helps with when I do the review video. But so far, I'm very happy with these two, and I will be coming down in dose again this week because I'm maintaining my weight. So, more to come on that. We'll see how it goes. All right. And hit that like button. Okay. Okay, I literally couldn't do it. I stayed on 2.5 for 3 months. I wanted to stay on 2.5 forever, honestly. Tried to go up to 5, got sick, went back down to 3. Okay, I think that's where I left off. Okay, Q. June. Okay. Finding myself getting hungry after 3 days and trying not to up my dose. Interested in knowing how to split dose using compound Tirzepatide 8.8, but I get confused on how to calculate the syringe. Help. Okay. So first and foremost, you want to talk to your doctor first, right? Now, I can't help you with this because I don't know all of the details of your prescription, right? And I know that that can be really challenging. That's why I tell people talk to your doctor because they can help you. Hopefully, you're with a doctor who is adequately trained on split dosing and microdosing and things like that, because I feel like it's so important, right, in this medical landscape that they be getting training. Now, essentially, kind of big picture, you're on 8.8. And if you're going to dose 2 times in a week, you're going to split that in half. So you've got your 4.4 and your 4.4. Now, I don't know what that's going to come to in units, right? Because I don't have enough information. I would have to see your prescription and do all of that. Now, I do help people with that so that they can have an educated conversation with their doctor about it. You can email me. My email is listed in the description of my channel in general. But I will have to see your actual full prescription. But this is very easy to do, right? The split dosing. So most doctors can walk you through it. But yeah. All right. Questions. All right. I'm so happy I caught your live. Been on Zepbound for 5 days. Constipated. Oh, did we ask it again? Am I having a glitch in the matrix where questions are getting posted twice? Or did I just miss it? Okay, everybody's giving her advice. Great. Love all my people here. Wait for it. It's like, Roman, WTF. I know. It was too funny not to read it out loud though, because remember, the people who watch the replay, like if I don't put it up on the screen, they don't know what I'm talking about. So Roxanne, what is nugget ice? My friend, let me help you. Okay. There are machines that make little delicious nuggets of ice, like Sonic Ice, Chick-fil-A Ice. What are some other places that have little nugget ice? I don't know. People listed in the comments below. These machines make this little ice, and it's so good and slightly airy, and it's delicious. When you chew it, it just kind of like disintegrates in your mouth. They make ice machines, nugget ice machines that you can purchase and like for your home. Real fancy places have them like on their counter or whatever. They are phenomenal. So, but yeah, it's that little QT has something close. Theirs is a little more dense. You guys, I sound like a ice connoisseur right now. QT is their little nuggets is a little more dense. They don't really chew nicely. Listen, Roxanne, we got to get you some nugget ice, girl. It's so important. Okay. Hello. Can you be on Zepbound and not count calories? Let Zepbound drop my appetite and lose weight, even if it's slow. Thanks, Mark. Hey, Mark. Yes, but, and this is a big but, right? Can you be on a GLP-1 and not count calories? Yes. Here's the challenging part with that. If you're not tracking your macros, right, your protein, then you may find that you lose more muscle mass. So if you don't want to count calories, I understand, right? Many of us are burned out from years and years of tracking calories. I get it. The other thing that you have to be careful of is as you titrate up in dose, you may find that you have extreme appetite suppression and then your calories drop too low. And then you find that you lose hair, your nails become brittle, you start having low energy, you start having a lot of nausea, you start having a lot of constipation, right? You may find that it increases your side effects, right? And it's a challenge of not getting enough calories. That can be problematic long term. And it can creep up on you very, very slowly. So, do you have to count calories to lose weight? No, but it may be in your best interest to count calories for a while. And this is what I tell people. For many of us, starting out on a GLP-1, we have to reestablish our relationship with food. We have to, relearn portion sizing, right? Especially if you're in America where everything is ginormous portion size, 2,000 calorie meal on one plate, right? We have to relearn a lot of things. I know for me, I really struggled with that whole you better finish your plate thought process. And I had to learn to leave things on the plate. It can be very helpful to be able to track your calories and then see what it is that you're doing. You can catch things like not eating enough. You can catch things like not getting enough protein. So it's a tool and you can use it as a tool. Does it mean you're going to have to track forever? No. But if you're not tracking and your weight loss stalls, if you start tracking because you've used that tool, right? And you've built this kind of foundation that you can build on, then you can fall back on that and go, hey, you know what? I've kind of stalled out for 2 months. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to track my calories and see what I'm doing, right? Many people forget that as you drop in weight, your calorie deficit number is also going to drop, right? And so you have to recalculate your calorie deficit. So there's a lot of factors here. But like I said, I encourage people to track calories for a while. And then once you kind of get the hang of it, you get a routine, you get your go-to foods, you're getting in your protein, right? Then you can kind of take it from there. But yeah, Mark, great question. Great question. Okay. Nina says, hey everyone, first live. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Started in October, and my past 3 shots, I've had some pinkness at the injection site a day after. I'm bumming because I'm 69 and I really want this to work. Okay, so Nina, you're going to have to let me know where are you doing your injection? Okay, are you doing an alcohol wipe beforehand? Okay, and then also, when you do your injection, are you noticing 2 things? 1, are you pinching? Okay. This is a big no-no. There are so many people that are like, oh, I gotta pinch so hard to get to hold the skin. Your skin is attached to your body. It's not going anywhere. Calm down. You don't have to pinch hard. The second thing is, are you noticing a little clear dot of medication left on your skin? I'm sorry, my old senior Pomeranian is coughing up a lung over here. Okay. Are you noticing a little clear dot of medication left on your skin? If yes, especially to the little left on your skin, make sure you take that alcohol wipe, you flip it over, and you get that medication off your skin. So often people have skin irritations and they think it's an allergic reaction. But if you leave any little trace of the medication, even if it's just a little drop of blood, if you leave that on your skin, the medication can cause skin irritation. So Nina, let me know if you're doing any of those things, okay? Okay, Midgie says, I'm excited for orforglipron, the one that I lovingly call oogly boogly prawn, until I realized only GLP1, no GIP, bummer. Yeah, well, I mean, it really just depends. It depends. And I think that what's going to end up happening, what I'm hoping for, is that in the future, we're going to get various combinations of various medications customized to treat your specific obesity, disease, disorder, autoimmune challenges, right? It'll be like, oh, you've got PCOS and you're coming up your perimenopause and you're doing this and doing that. And oh, and you've got obesity type 1, type 2, and type 2.5. Great. We're going to do oogly boogly prawn, crunchy trutide, and tirzepatide in these doses at this amount, right? Like it's going to be so customized in the future. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think it's just going to take time. Okay. Loretta says, I'm getting my tirzepatide injections from a med spa. Okay, Loretta, don't take this the wrong way. I am not a huge fan of med spas. I'm not. I'm so sorry. They have a tendency to not have clean practices, and I'm not a fan of that. And they also tend to overcharge. So I'm glad that you're on tirzepatide, but I would encourage you to start researching another option rather than a med spa. Med spas, weight loss clinics, I'm not a fan of those. There have been so many in the news in all different countries, and they're just problematic. They're just problematic. But every now and then I hear of somebody finding a good one that has good, clean practices that's not gouging their patients. So Loretta, I hope that's the case for you. Okay. All right, I'm grabbing questions here because we got to wrap up for the evening. Shannon says, hi, Allie from Utah. Hey there. Can you explain electrolyte benefits and what is considered too much? Yes. So, Shannon, this one is definitely challenging, but let's talk about electrolytes. One of the things that ends up happening when you're on a GLP-1 is, for most people, you consume less liquid, right? With appetite suppression comes reduced thirst, which means people are not drinking as much. That can throw off your electrolytes, especially if you're exercising on top of that. So many people find that electrolytes help them, especially when it comes to side effects like nausea, right? So that headaches is another one. So that they can feel better, right, while on a GLP-1. What is considered too much? This is very much going to be subjective and on a person-by-person basis. For example, somebody like myself, type 2 diabetic, I can't do a whole lot of salt. I can do some. It's good. I don't have any kidney issues. I can tolerate it. But I'm also not a bodybuilder working out 3 hours a day, pouring out sweat, training for the Olympics. So I don't need multiple electrolyte drinks in a day. If you haven't seen my videos where I review the electrolyte chewable tablets, which I love, I will do one of those like every couple of days. That's what works for me based off of my body, right? My level of exercise. So it's going to vary. Now, somebody who maybe does have kidney challenges, their doctor would advise them, no, don't do electrolytes at all. You're doing good with what you're doing, right? So it very much depends on the person. What is considered too much in general? And this is just a really broad statement, right? Remember, I'm not your doctor and I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. In general, you should not be having more than one electrolyte drink in a day. Okay? Generally speaking. There are some people that are out there, GLP1 gurus, coaches, and all sorts of and they're like, I'm on my third, right? Like, filling up my jug, got more electrolytes, right? That's too much. That's too much. You don't need to be doing all that. You're just making expensive pee. Calm down, right? Again, unless you are training for the Olympics, you're working out 3, 4, 5 hours a day, then by all means, sure. The same is true of children. Okay. There's a lot of videos going around right now where doctors are talking about, hey, everybody needs to calm down with giving their kids a bunch of electrolytes. Now, I'm not telling you what to do with your children other than to love them and squeeze them and hold them tight because we love them. But, right, if they're not actively doing a sport or practicing or like they don't need electrolytes like every day sitting on the couch on the iPad. Right. And that's kind of what I've been talking about when I say don't get crazy with electrolytes. If you are right now sitting on your couch on your iPad, you don't need electrolytes. Drink something else, right? But if you're watching this and you're at the gym and you're hitting it hard and you've been going for an hour and 20 minutes, you're like, Allie, how long is this live going to last? I said I was going to do cardio as long as you were on here. By the way, don't do that because you're crazy. Love you. Okay, then you might need some electrolytes, right? So we have to dial it back a little bit. I think some people got really wild and crazy with selling electrolytes, which these electrolyte companies are loving it. Trust me. I have been approached by quite a few, and I was like, no, thanks. So, yeah, so just apply a little bit of common sense. When in doubt, do less. If you feel fine, then you're good. You don't need it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. How come you stopped doing split dosing? Yeah, so I was just in a transition period where I was using up the last of my compound tirzepatide before I switched over to Strive, and I was using pens in between time. And honestly, I do have a video up that shows you how to do the split dosing if you have pens. It's a hassle. For me, it's a hassle. So I just used the pens in between time until, right, I got the compound again. So that was why I did it. And also so I could talk to you guys about it because there are many people that, they'll have access to the pens for a while, then they'll lose access, then they're trying compound, then they're right. So I like to be able to have those experiences personally so that I can better help people when they have questions. So yeah, good question. Okay. Linda, I'm trying to search for your CEO interview you mentioned, but can't find it. What keywords should I use in my search? Hold on, Linda. I'll tell you. Listen, Linda, listen. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull up the YouTube. We shall search together. Okay. We'll do Fit Flavor Fun, all one word, And then we're going to do CEO. Let's see if that brings it up. I brought up my channel. Here we go. Okay, I found it. Okay, so FitFlavorFun CEO, and then you scroll down a little bit and you'll find it. The title is, hey, it says I'm live right now. The title is Interview with CEO of Best GLP1. Okay. Interview with CEO of Best GLP1. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It's an awesome video. But yeah, just search FitFlavorFun CEO. That's what I'm saying. If you search like that, sometimes it's so much easier than scrolling through all my videos because you guys, I have so many videos now. It's wild. Okay. All right. Can you please link the lip gloss? Yes, I have it linked. You probably just won't be able to see it until the live is over. I'm not sure if it lets you see the description box or not, but it's in the description box. I found it on Amazon. It was a good price too. I see 2 different ones of lip gloss by MAC. Okay, let me show you. So the one that I am using has this packaging. Okay, with the stripes. I know the other one, it comes like it's just kind of solid at the top and clear at the bottom. Look for the one with the stripes. And many times it'll say lip gloss, MAC, non-sticky. Okay, the non-sticky is key. You guys, I can't do sticky. It doesn't matter how much I spend on a product. If it's sticky, I'm never going to use it. But I do have it linked in the description box. So if you can see that, go for it. If you can't see it yet, you should be able to see it after the live is over. But yeah, and the color that I got is casual, but they have a whole bunch of other colors. So depending on what your skin tone is, they have something for everybody. You know, MAC, they do all the awesome skin tones. And don't forget, I'm going to be reviewing all of them once the order comes in on my other channel, FitFlavorFun Uncensored. Yeah. Okay. Oh, what color is that? I told you, casual. Casual. Okay. Sorry. Okay, what is the benefit of using a quick pen? So the quick pen has multiple doses all in one pen. And it gives you some more options as far as the dosing. So right now, with the auto injector pens, it's just one dose, flat out. That's all you can do. With the quick pen, you can actually adjust the dosing slightly. There's not as much leeway as with a syringe, right, and a vial, but it does give you a little bit of wiggle room with dosing, right? Because you click, 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 right? You turn a dial in order to dose it. So yeah, mainly cheaper to produce, right? Less waste. So hopefully, right, the idea is that brings the cost of production down, which then in turn brings the cost of the medication down, right? So yeah. And then, you know, of course, it'll be a good option for people that are scared to do injections with a syringe and vial. Okay. My question is, have you heard of anyone splitting 3 ways, 3 injections a week? Yes. Curious if you come across this. Yes. I have also done it. There are some people who do this and they utilize it as a strategy to be able to stay at lower doses for longer. For me personally, I felt like 2 times a week was perfectly fine, right? It kept again, it kept everything very even keeled, right? Suppression was even, side effects were low and very manageable. So for me personally, I felt like 3 times a week was just, it didn't really buy me anything. But there are some people who do it and it's helpful for them. So I think it depends on why you're doing it, right? But yeah, great question. Always something good to talk to your doctor about. Okay, black squirrel. Yeah, yeah. I was on Wegovy, lost 70 pounds, then stalled, recently switched to Tirzepatide, and now at 10 milligram, wondering what I can expect when I move up to 12.5 and 15. Can I expect more satiety, less food noise? So it just depends on your body personally. For me, 12.5, it was the best thing since sliced bread. My constipation went away. I felt great. I had great energy, very little side effects. 12.5 was just the bomb.com. 15 was good. Constipation came back, meh, right? And I did have more suppression, which in turn led to low blood sugar. Wah, wah. So, yeah. So it just depends on the person, right? But yes, traditionally speaking, right? Yes, you can expect more satiety, less food noise. Now, if you are somebody that you have the food noise is gone, but then it comes back towards the end of the week, right? As you get closer to your next injection day, then you may want to talk to your doctor about split dosing because that can be really helpful for staying on the dose that you're on if that's the reason why you're having challenges, right? And sometimes it just means you have to go up in dose, and that's perfectly fine. But it's always good to be able to have that option to talk about with your doctor. Okay, the MAC lip gloss is in my Ulta cart. Do you have it in your Amazon store? If so, I will buy it there. Yeah, so I linked it because there's a good price on Amazon. I don't have an Amazon store. I guess I should probably do that, right? I've got enough stuff that I recommend for you guys. But yeah, so check out the link that I have in my description box and then compare that to the Ulta price and then pick whichever one is the better price, right? Because I know Ulta, like you can use your points or your card or whatever, right? So always pick the better price. And then don't forget, I'm going to be doing that review of the ones that I ordered from Shein, which were a lot cheaper. I think I might be onto something. We shall see. Anyway, that'll be over on FitFlavorFun Uncensored. There's a cold nose right here, and it's poking me. Kevin, you're pushing me out the door, Kevin. What's happening? What's happening? You can't get up here. You're too big. You're too big. When you were little, I could pull you up here. You're too big. You're a big boy now. Yes, you're a big boy now. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah? Are you being good? Are you a good boy? Are you being bad? What's happening? Are you in trouble? I know what you're ready for. I know. We're going to be done soon. Okay, go lay down. You'll be good. Okay. Got to say hi to everybody. Okay. All the way. Get more bang for your buck, if you know what I mean. Yes, I know what you mean. Okay. Let me make sure that I don't miss any questions because we've got 8 minutes and we got to wrap it up tonight. You guys have been so fantastic. You've had great questions. Okay. YouTube hell. I always love to see your comments on my videos because I'm like, I say it just like that, even when I'm by myself. Anyway, I have certain place I inject on my stomach that I swear has better appetite control than other spots. Yes. Yeah, there are many people who feel that way about certain injection sites. That's why I always recommend that people try all of the sites because you won't know what works best for you until you try them all. So, yes. Love this. Okay. All right, I'm going to scroll down. Okay. Hello, just joining. Well, hello there. TT Trucker. Hey, yeah, you've been here before. I remember that name. Nope. I think you've been here before. Either that or there's somebody else masquerading as a gorgeous man. Is that a goatee you got there? Yes. Anyway, there's somebody who's got a name that's got something trucker. I thought it was you. Are you trying to trick me? Have you been here before? Don't be trying to trick me now. Okay. All right. I'm looking for questions. Okay. What is the Sonic Ocean Water mentioned earlier? Is it a powdered drink mix? Yes, it is. I find them at the Dollar General, Publix. I want to say they might have it at Walmart. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, anywhere you can find like the little powdered drinks. They used to have it at Dollar Tree, but now I feel like it's been replaced with some of the other Sonic ones. But yeah, ocean water is so good. It's so good. Kevin, you're being very difficult. I love you so much. Oh my gosh, don't push me. Okay. I know, baby. I know. You're going to turn into a pumpkin. I know. It's going to be okay. Just hold on. My children. It's BED time. And no, I can't say it because then they'll all go crazy. Okay. Da, 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 da. Looking for questions. Okay. Here we go. Is it true that 2.5 and 5 are starter doses? Okay. So this is where a lot of people get confused. So 2.5 for tirzepatide is the starter dose. Okay. You'll hear a lot of people refer to this as a non-therapeutic dose, which is garbage. 2.5 can absolutely be a therapeutic dose, which means that it works for you, right? But the reason why they don't start you out at 5 is because they found that people had too many side effects. So they start you out at 2.5 to give your body time to acclimate. Now, does that mean that 2.5 is a wash and it doesn't matter? And why do we even have it? No. There are many people, another creator that I follow, who stayed on 2.5 the whole time and lost more than 100 pounds. It just depends on, the way I word it is, it depends on how broken your body is, right? Some people need a higher dose, like me. Some people do just fine on a lower dose. Some people lose all of their weight on doses less than 2.5. So yeah, so is it a starter dose? Yes, but don't let that fool you because 2.5 is awesome. And then 5 is just, also awesome, but it kind of gets you going. Okay. I want to thank you for turning me on to digestive enzymes when using off and on since Thanksgiving with great results. Yay! Barbara, I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad. I think that I'm going to do a digestive enzyme video like on rotation now because I get so many new people that are like, digestive enzymes, what's that? And so I've done multiple videos, and as people catch them, they say this exact thing. So I'm so happy for you. Like, it really can make a huge difference. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Sandy's in the house. I'm glad you're back on live Thursday evening. Hope you're feeling better. I am. I'm feeling amazing. Thank you. Doing good. Doing good. Okay. Good evening, fellow shenanigans. Yes. I love that. Anita, though. Oh. We're getting an Amazon delivery. Sorry. I'm sorry. They're going to bark now. There's nothing that can be done. Okay. Okay. Todd said, when you asked about doing a review of Oprah's book, I was shocked at how caustic the response was to Oprah or to the book in general. It surprised me. Personally thought the message was helpful. Yeah. So, yeah, there were, for those of you who don't know, I did a short asking if people wanted me to read the book and review it, because unfortunately, right, there are people who like Oprah, there are people who don't like Oprah, but what was interesting was that she teamed up with the endocrinologist, right, and people were thinking, hey, maybe this will be helpful. And while I am not a fan of Oprah, um, I certainly don't wish her ill. And yes, many of the comments were kind of not a big fan of Oprah, right? And the thing is, like, we're all human, we make mistakes. I don't know if some of the things that are said about her are true, right? I was really doing it more for you guys, right? Because you guys are the people that I care about. I don't care about Oprah. Oprah's got plenty of money, right? She's got people to help her on GLP-1s. I was asking because I wanted to know if it would be helpful to you guys. So yeah. But I've watched her other, like her GLP-1 special. Again, she's not my cup of tea, but that's okay because many people do like her. So yeah. So I'm thinking about potentially getting the audiobook and seeing if I can like speed read it. I don't think it's super long. Anita, I'm watching it 2x speed to try to catch up with the actual live. Anita, you have to tell me later on if that is hilarious, because I bet you me at 2x speed would be awesome. Let me talk to you about GLP-1s. Let me show you this thing. Right? Like, I bet that would be so much fun. And then if you just watched that clip at 2x speed, I bet I sounded like a chipmunk. It was great. I love that. I think that all platforms should have that option where you can just go through real fast. That's how I do my audiobooks. I'm like, you're talking too slow. Speed it up. Okay. Bald head Tam. Okay. Is it okay to eat brown and black rice and sweet potatoes? Absolutely. I do it on the regular. Not sure why it wouldn't be. That may be in response to my you don't have to do low carb. Yeah. You can do brown rice, black rice, white rice, sweet potatoes, white potatoes. I feel like I'm Bubba Gump over here. It's like, we got gumbo, we got etouffee, we got a shrimp cocktail, we got, right? Like, you can eat anything that agrees with you, right? There are some things, like things that are high fat, high sugar, fried, that you may want to do in moderation because it may make you feel yucky, but we don't have to do low carb, people. Low carb is not the way. Hey there, I just got on watching from the beginning. Happy to be here. Yay! I'm so happy you're here. Blam! I don't know why we're blamming, but blam! Is that because you caught up? Is that what that was? Oh no, you're going to have to go back and watch from the super de-duper speed. Okay. All right, I'm looking for questions. Oh no, we're 3 minutes over. I'm turning into a pumpkin. In the industry, it's called Pebble Ice. Thank you, Brooke. Brooke G. Thank you. Pebble Ice. Nugget ice. Everything's a nugget. Okay. Did Oprah ever mention what GLP she is on? I don't remember. Most of the time, with those bigger players, they don't, because, right, it's like for one, it's their medical stuff and they don't owe us anything. But I honestly don't remember if she ever said. I know some celebrities say and some don't. Yeah, but will the nugget ice negate the hydration of my water? Yes, it will. It's too funny. Hey, Jazzy's here. I've been on Mounjaro 10 for about 6 months or so. All of a sudden, I can barely eat again. Should I lower my protein intake? So you may just want to make note of where you're injecting, because you may just be getting, right? It may just be a really good site for suppression, especially if you've been on that dose for a while. But I would say, no, don't lower your protein intake. Well, unless, of course, your doctor advises you to. Because remember, we want to make sure that we're getting in the protein so that we're less likely to lose muscle. So, yeah. Black Squirrel. Old school Pizza Huts in the 1980s had the best nugget ice. I agree. They also had the best cups, those red cups. Okay. All right. I'm going to scroll through and see if we've got any more questions because we got to wrap up for the night. Mary says, "You're so patient and kind and good at explaining everything, Allie. I think we all thank you for this." Yeah, you're very welcome. Listen, you guys want to hang out with me? I always want to hang out with you guys. If I could go live every day, I would because I love you guys. You're phenomenal. So thank you, Mary. You're so sweet. Black Squirrel, yes, Bear is okay. He is just ridiculously old. Very old. I think he's like 18 years old. I mean, we don't know for sure, but he's like older than dirt. But yes, he's okay. He just does that a couple times a day. He's on medicine that makes it better, but he's just very old. But thank you for asking. Black Squirrel's the only one that cares about Bear. Everybody else is like, nah, we like Kevin. Okay. Allie, I titrated to Zepbound 5 this week, and I don't feel a difference in appetite suppression from 2.5. Have you heard of this before? I feel a calmness in my body, maybe less inflammation. Okay, that's good. It's important to remember when you're titrating up, it takes 4 weeks for the dose, right, to be fully in your system. So just keep doing what you're doing, right? And just keep in mind that you just started the 5 this week. It may take a couple of weeks. I found that for me, 2.5 didn't really kick in until halfway through week 3. And then with 5, it was a little bit sooner. And then I found that as I went up in dose, it would kick in a little bit sooner. So just stick with it. But yes, yeah, it's common. With some people and some doses, you'll find immediate results or immediate side effects. And with others, it takes time to build up in your system. Okay. So is redness okay? It eventually goes away. Yeah. So if you're just having redness, that's fine. As long as it doesn't hurt, or if you're not having any swelling, like if you get a welt, right, that kind of puffs up. That would be more along the lines of a histamine reaction, in which case you'll want to talk to your doctor and they can give you some advice on that. But if it's just red, like so I've done injections before where it's just really red for a couple of hours and looks gnarly and then goes away and it's fine. And sometimes I've done that and then a day later a bruise will pop up, right? So can it be fine? Yes. It just depends on kind of what's going with it. Okay. Da, 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 da. I'm going through trying to find the questions. Hey, thank you so much. I super appreciate you. Oh my goodness, we had a whole bunch of we were getting into the nitty gritty of things, and people were sending me super chats. Thank you. I have missed live. So happy to finally see you on, Sandy. I'm so glad you're here. Stay warm, everyone. Absolutely. And thank you, by the way, Sandy. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm scared to do my thigh. I don't know why. I loved thigh. I did. Thigh statistically is the fewest side effects for the most amount of people. So if you're having gnarly side effects, you may want to try thigh. If you are well into your journey and you've lost a lot of weight, you may find that the thigh is uncomfortable to do an injection. That's what ended up happening to me. But in the beginning of my journey, I did thigh all the time because I just didn't have that many side effects there. It was fantastic. Okay. Mineral lady. If I don't my Zepbound supply on time, should I skip? I know that I have to discuss with my doctor, but I just need to know, what is your opinion? I think it left out a word there. If you don't get your supply on time, should I skip? So, meaning that you miss your shot day and then the supply shows up after that. If it was me and it was 1 to 2 days after shot day, I would go ahead and take it and then get back on your regular schedule. If it's more than that and you don't wanna change your shot day, then you can skip, right? You can. Um, yeah, it just depends on how you're feeling and when your supply shows up, right? Can you use my previous dose auto-injector, which is a lower dose than 15? I think you're saying that you have a pen left over that's a lower dose? I think that's what you're saying here. If yes, then yes. Yeah. So what you would do is your supply hasn't come in yet. You've got a lower dose that is very close to the dosing that you're on currently. You go ahead and use that one, right? And then as your supply comes in, you can then do that. Yes, that's what I would do. Now, if it was a drastically lower dose, right, like half of it, then you want to talk to your doctor. Okay. I've been on MJ for 3 years, but I've always wondered if you can put your pens in something other than the box they come in. The boxes take up so much room. Yes, I run into this problem as well. So, what I would recommend that you do is go over to Etsy.com, right? Or get on the Etsy app and do a search for GLP1 container. And there are a bunch of 3D printed options that are phenomenal. Yeah, go check out Etsy. Etsy.com. Search. You can't put in like Mounjaro or Ozempic or whatever. That's not going to bring it up. Do GLP1, like it's all one word, no dash, no nothing. Space container. And it's going to show you a bunch of different variations. There will be circular ones that fit like 12 pens. There will be little flat square ones that are like this size that fit 4 pens, right? It just depends on what you're looking for. They come in lots of fun colors, right? People are 3D printing them. So I thought about going that route one time, but I have a lot, so it would be really expensive. But if you don't have a lot, right, it can be a good option. What I do is combine boxes with similar expiration dates and then write on the outside of the box. So that's an option too. You just have to make sure that you're placing them in there carefully. And I just use like a paper towel to kind of keep them stabilized so they're not banging and clanging, which they're not doing in the fridge anyway. Okay. What should I do with my lower doses if their expiration date is almost up? I hate to waste them since I pay for them. Yeah, you should use them. If you are comfortable, or you can talk to your doctor or your pharmacist about combining, right? So for example, if you have 2 5s, right? That makes a 10. If you're on 10, there you go. You use them up. But yeah, I don't recommend that you let them expire, right? Because it's wasted money. Okay, someone mentioned you had recommended digestive enzymes. Do you have a video on that? Yes, I do. Or can you recommend something? Yes. So the ones that I have linked in all of my videos, it's the same one in all the videos. But yes, if you do a search for FitFlavorFun, all is one word, and then digestive enzymes, I've got a couple of shorts and a couple of videos, but you could click on any video. That's if you want to learn about the digestive enzymes, but you could click on any of my videos and it'll be in the description box, not in the lives, but my regular videos. It'll be in the description box. It'll say digestive enzymes and it'll take you right to it. And they're phenomenal. And then you can do a search for the digestive enzymes video. And I tell you like all the different ways you can take it, right? Make sure you take them with you. Yes. Okay. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. Dr. Allie Awesome. I wish I was a doctor. I do enjoy helping people, but I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV. Okay. Do you think compounding Tirzepatide is less effective than the Eli Lilly vials? No. No, I think it's the same. With very little variation, right? Different compound companies put different stuff in there, but essentially active compound, totally the same. Totally the same. I regularly watch at 2x, but 4x does make you do the Alvin imitation. I love it. Okay. Oh, Allie would be happy to gift you the Enough Audible book. Should I have sent to the email on YouTube? Yes, you can. Thank you. That's very sweet. You don't have to do that. But yes, you're welcome to email me. It's listed. Oh, right, right. Bam is the reference to my cousin Vinny. Thank you. Yeah, earlier I was like, bam. I always think of Emerald Lagasse, but you were like, blam, which is not the same as bam, but I was thinking bam, Emerald Lagasse. Anyway, yes, if you would like to. My email is listed. Okay. I'm bad at getting veggies in. What are your thoughts about greens powder? Okay. I'll do you one better. I have a video that's coming up. I have reviewed the Greens gummies, which for those of you who are not familiar, they are the greens gummies. Doris, that is what I would recommend rather than greens powder. So stay tuned for that video. As a matter of fact, I may make a note and go ahead and reschedule it for tomorrow just for you, Doris. But yeah, because I do a full review. Let me write Grunes for Doris. Okay. Hopefully I won't forget in the morning. If I forget, please don't hold it against me. But yeah, I would do the Grunes gummies. So much better than powder. So much better. And I'll have it linked for you and do all the fun stuff. So yeah, I'll put that one out there. All right. All right, guys. I got to wrap it up. Okay. I think I got to a couple of these. Oh no. Did we get another super chat? We have another super chatter. Chatty chat. Okay. Hold on. I got to grab this one. Is Mochi or Native a good place to get Tirzepatide? So Mochi, no. Native, I have not heard of them, so I couldn't speak to that. I partner with tryshed.com and I have a coupon code. So if you're looking for a reliable source, you can go with that. If you're looking to compare sources, you can head over to glpwinner.com, which is a website that sets up to compare various telehealth companies. But I would say no to Mochi and no to Native just because I haven't heard anything about them. Mochi is no for a lot of reasons, but Native, no, because I'm not familiar with them. My thing is, like, as much research as I do in GLP-1s, like, if I've never heard of your company, that's a bad sign. Like, there are so many new companies that pop up every day. It's it makes me nervous. Mineral Lady says, I love Grunes. Yes, I'm loving them too. Doris, thank you. You're so sweet. Okay. Rose says, I love your live. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Okay, everybody, I am turning into a pumpkin. Thank you so much. As you exit stage left, if you haven't already, please hit the like button because that lets everybody know that you liked this video. If you are watching on the replay, make sure you type replay into the comments because I do see all of your comments. And I always enjoy when people, they missed the live, but they watch the replay. And if you haven't already, Make sure you hop over to FitFlavorFun Uncensored. I've already got videos up over there. I've done my first savings challenge video. I've got my full review of Avatar Fire and Ash movie. I've got book reviews coming over there. I've got so much planned for my other channels. So if you enjoy lives here, you will likely enjoy them over there. And I will be doing lives over there as well. I'm just trying to figure out a schedule. But over there, we'll be talking about things other than GLP1s. Okay. And if you're looking for anything we talked about in this video, it'll be in the description box below. And as always, be kind, rewind. Thank you, Melissa. You guys are so sweet. Have a good night. And thank you for spending your Thursday night with me. I love you guys. We'll see you next time on the